Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today our group will be presenting our case study on a ransomware attack known as Phantom Lock V3.2, which was targeted at Hospital Pakar Warga Sihat Jalan Pahang, Kuala Lumpur on the 14th March of 2026. Okay, so before we get into the case, let us quickly go over what ransomware actually is. So ransomware is a type of malicious software that locks or encrypts a computer system or files so the user cannot access them and then demands a ransom payment. Usually in cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, in exchange for restoring access or providing a decryption key. Attackers prefer cryptocurrency because it is harder to trace compared to the normal banking transactions, and it is often spread through phishing emails or malicious downloads. And in this case, as we will see shortly, the attacker used a much more direct method. Okay, so this is where everything started. At 2:47 a.m. on 14 March 2026, the ransomware program Phantom Lock silently spread across hospital servers, which locking patient records, shutting down key medical systems, and cutting off staff from the important digital tools. The timing was clearly intentional, which is at the middle of the night when the hospital is least staffed and least likely to respond quickly. By morning, over 9,200 patients' records were logged using strong AS256 encryption. ICU monitors, the pharmacy database, billing system, and appointment software all stopped working, basically locking the entire hospital's operation. And a ransom message appear where it demanding 5 Bitcoin within 72 hours and warning that if payment was not made, the decryption key would be deleted forever. Now, let us look at how this attack was carefully planned and executed over several weeks. On 26 February at 10:15 a.m., the attacker gained initial access through a VPN login using Haswan's credentials that were never disabled after he left the organization. And from there, the internal network scanning began. A week later, on 3 March at 11:42 p.m., a dropper file disguised as a system update was uploaded, and a registry run key was added to keep the malware active even after a system restart. On 13 March, during the last recorded VPN session, shadow copy backups were targeted for deletion, and this was done to make sure the hospital had no way to recover their files, and the attack was staged to run overnight. Then on 14 March at 2:47 a.m., the payload executed and multi-threaded AES-256 encryption began across all connected server storage. By 4:13 a.m., over 9,200 patient records were encrypted, and then the resume message was displayed, and all the hospital systems were made completely inaccessible.
Once the attack was discovered, our team followed a strict forensic process to collect the evidence. We have 4 stages. First, evidence seizure. The server room was sealed, drives were imaged with write blockers, and RAM was captured live. Second, integrity verification. Every file was hashed and chain of custody followed ISO 27037. Third, forensic analysis. We using autopsy, volatility, Wireshark and chain analysis to do forensic analysis. And finally, we reconstruct the full timeline by correlating all these sources together. This slide summarizes the 5 key pieces of evidence that we recovered from previous steps. First, the main file server contained the Phantom Lock ransomware itself along with the encryption logs. Second, VPN firewall logs that showed Hazwan's old account. Third, the RAM dump. Fourth, suspect's laptop that contained the ransomware builder kit. And Telegram chats which is about the attacks plan. And the last one is the Windows event logs. Moving on to the first artifact. This is the actual ransom note that can be found in a public folder. It is a proof that the attack succeeded. The suspect demand 5 Bitcoin, that equivalent to 258,000 ringgit Malaysia within 72 hours, with a wallet address included. That same wallet was later traced through chain analysis to tokenized exchange account that registered under Hazwan's own my card. This situation directly linking him to the attack. The encryption log shows that attack ran from 2:47 to 4:13 a.m., encrypting 9,247 files, including patient and ICU records. This matches exactly with the VPN logs showing Hazwan was connected during that entire window, confirming he was active on the network at the moment of the attack.
Moving on to the next artifact. So this is the VPN firewall log, and in this log, we found that Hazwan VPN accounts was used to log in multiple times between February and March, and this because the company forgot to turn off his account after he was fired. And on the 3rd March, this account was used to upload a virus called Kamaskini system into the system temporary folder, and the log show that he tried to hide his real location using a secret internet network called Tor, but the username tell us exactly who opened the door. Next, let's look at how the virus stay in the system. So this is the registry persistence. With using a forensic tool called autopsy, we look into the system registry window registry system. We found that the a startup command named phantom log updater. So this command point right to the same file which uploaded by Hazwan through the VPN, and this setting ensure that every single time the computer will turn on, the virus will automatically start. And the next evidence is schedule task XML. And the attacker wanted to make absolutely sure that the virus would run, so he set up a second thread. As we can see in this file, a scheduled task was created on the computer on 3rd March. So, and to trick the IT teams, it was named Windows System Update Checker to look like a normal Windows update. And this task will run the virus quietly in the background without showing anything on the screen. And this proves that the attack was planned out carefully. Now let's look at the PowerShell history. This show the history of a command type into the server. And early in the morning on 14 March, just minute before locking up the hospital's file, the attacker typed command to break the system defense. He completely turned off Windows Defender antivirus. Then he deleted all the backup file and shadow copies. He did it on purpose so the hospital could not use a backup to fix their computer. Finally, we found the smoking gun inside the virus config file, as shown as in the slide. The text file, the JSON file, reveals that the setting of the ransomware, which is named Phantom Lock version 3.2, it show the digital wallet address where the victim are told to send the Bitcoin money. And the most important part is the exact same file with the same Bitcoin wallet address and the same settings was found directly on Hazwan personal laptops. And it leaves no doubt that Hazwan is the person who made and used this ransomware.
This evidence is a RAM dump from March 14, 2026 that showed a process executable named Kamaskini system is being run with the process ID of 3824. From this RAM dump, we can find the encryption key fragments and a Bitcoin wallet address that is found. And it also shows that while this process is being executed, there is an active connection to an unknown IP address with the number of 185.220.101.45 was also detected. From the evidence found here, we can confirm that this ransomware was active during this memory capture. Our next set of evidence is a browser history obtained from the suspect laptop that showed the suspect's Chrome history searches that may relate to the case. From here, we found out that the suspect has searched for ransomware tools, VPN exploits, and a method in buying bitcoins in Malaysia. He also looked up Tor, a shadow copy deletion with VSS admin, and a method in finding ways to remove Windows log. From the evidence, we also find that the suspect has not only visited this page at least once, but multiple times, showing the fact that this attack was pre-planned and premeditated before it began. The next set of evidence we found is a Telegram chat log between the suspect and an unknown co-conspirator. From this evidence, we found out that the suspect has already tested the ransomware on a virtual machine, and we can also confirm the existence of a Bitcoin wallet address obtained from the previous evidence. From here, we also find that the suspect found that his hospital VPN access was still active even after his dismissal. An unknown co-conspirator ordered a VSS deletion that the suspect followed with confirmed success at around 5 in the morning, with around 9,247 files successfully encrypted by the suspect. This evidence is a Bitcoin wallet node obtained and recovered from the suspect laptop using file carving. This text file contains the Bitcoin wallet address and names the hospital that is being targeted. This text file also included the campaign ID named Phantom 2026-001 that showing the fact that this is an organized attack. The wallet address obtained from this text file links the wallet to the suspect's tokenized exchange account email that, from what we found in the browser history, the suspect has been making multiple visits to the page. This deleted file was recovered using autopsy. This evidence is a ransomware configuration file found on the suspect's laptop. This config file matches the one found on the server malware that confirms the suspicion that the suspect built the ransomware by himself using a builder kit. The same wallet address, version, extension, and C2 server were used in creating this configuration file. The builder kit files involved in creating this ransomware were also recovered from the laptop.
The slide shows the Windows event log evidence recovered from the hospital server. The logs confirm that husband account logged in remotely through the VPN. They also recorded the execution of the ransomware and the deletion of shadow copies before encryption started. After the attack, the attackers attempt to clear the logs to hide his activities. However, enough evidence remains for investigators to reconstruct the attack timeline. This slide summarizes the complete chain of evidence. The VPN logs show unauthorized access using husband account. The Telegram chats reveal discussion about the attack, while browser history showed prior research on ransomware and Bitcoin payments. The RAM dump confirmed the ransomware was actively running, and the encryption logs recorded the locking of the hospital files. Finally, blockchain analysis linked the ransom wallet directly to the suspect account. Okay, next slide. Based on the investigation, the prime suspect was identified as Muhammad Hazwan bin Zulkarnain, which is a former IT employee. The key security failure was that his VPN account remained active after he was dismissed. This allowed him to access the hospital network remotely and carry out the ransomware attack. Evidence from multiple sources consistently point to the same individual with his husband. For finding and conclusion, the investigation concludes with high confidence that husband was responsible for the attack. The evidence proved unauthorized VPN access, ransomware deployment, encryption of 9,000 patient record, and a recent email link to his cryptocurrency account. However, some limitations existed during the investigation. Certain window logs were partially deleted, backup servers were also encrypted, anonymization, complicated IP attribution, and some deleted files were only partially recovered. To prevent similar incident, organizations should implement multi-factor authentication, disable account immediately after employee termination, and maintain secure offline backups. In conclusion, digital forensic analysis successfully reconstruct the entire attack and link it directly to the suspect. The collected evidence demonstrates planning, execution, and financial benefit from the ransomware operation. Therefore, investigators conclude beyond reasonable doubt that husband carried out the attack. That's all from me. Thank you.